Welcome to Cup of Jess, where the coffee's hot, the truth is hotter, and we're spilling all the real, raw business moves no one talks about. No fluff, just facts. Let's get into it. Hi, I'm Yesenia Velasquez, president and founder of SES Tax and Business Solutions. Business owners, don't let tax season stress you out. Our team of trained professionals is ready to handle all your tax needs so you can focus on what matters the most, growing your business. Let SES take your stress off your hands while you sit back, relax, and trust the experts. Welcome to a Cup of Jess podcast. I'm Yesenia Velasquez, your host, and I am just so excited because we have our first guest speaker, Sloan, the CEO of Zentavos, but also my business partner. Welcome, Sloan.
Thank you, Jess. Greatly appreciate it. I'm honored to be here. Your first episode.
I know. We're so excited. And for me, this episode is so important to me because why? We're going to speak about Zentavos. And I want to tell our audience how Zentavos started, how we met. I think a lot of people don't know exactly how we met and why we started Zentavos, don't you think?
Well, I definitely think so. I mean, I tell the story a lot, right? But I'm actually really anxious to hear the story from your side because I don't know that I've ever heard you tell it.
Oh, that's a great point. That's a great point.
Because you wanted to meet me, right? And so I didn't really know what that was all about. Your brother told me, "Hey, my sister wants to like meet you and know who's like doing our tax return and stuff like that." But I never really got your perspective on it.
That is absolutely right. So for the ones that don't know, I started my business in 2018 after I got laid off, and I started a tax multi-service agency. And at that time, I did not know how to do business taxes, but also it was pre-pandemic, and we started a cleaning company with my brother to help my mom that she just had left her job. And we were like, let's start a business. That's something that my mom can also work in and go from there. But then I'm like, but I don't know how to do business tax returns. And then Edwin, shout out to Edwin, he was like, well, let me introduce you to this guy that I know, but I don't really know him. And we've only communicated through phone. And we even did like 2 years of tax returns via email and phone until one day I was like, you know what? We need to meet the person that is doing our business taxes. And I have some questions for him. And that's whenever we decided to take you to Lazy Dog that evening. And
shout out to Lazy Dog 290.
Yeah, so it was funny because I came in, I'm like, I'm going to just ask him a bunch of questions he doesn't know about me. And here we are.
Yeah, I mean, I thought, I brought my computer. I thought I was going to like go over the tax return with you guys, answer questions about taxes. And you didn't have any questions about your tax return. All you wanted to know was how to serve your clients and provide them the business services that SAS was giving.
Exactly. And that's where we saw the connection and we saw the need that was the community was needing as of like financials, tax returns and things like that. So, and it was funny because then after you came and met with me at the office, you were like, hey, we can work together. But then I was like, I don't know if I trust this guy yet to let him into my business. But then honestly, I have to say that it was the best decision ever because I always tell clients as well, whatever you do or whatever industry you're in, find a mentor. So for sure, I see you as a mentor as well. Colleague and now business partner.
That's awesome. And I really appreciate that and totally agree. And I was extremely excited by all of your questions. It was the first time that I ran into somebody that really understood the problems of a small business owner when it comes to running their business from the administrative side. And I just got really excited, and I was super grateful that you let me come and mentor you and share all my years of experience and introduce you to Dad and us start building this thing. And then, the next step was when we came up with Zentavos.
Yes, no, absolutely. Just going back a little, it's just for us, especially me as a Hispanic or the Hispanic community, we have this thing about trust, right? So that's whenever you're like, well, let me see if I trust this person, but you just have to pray about it and always follow the direction that your industry's in. And like I said, find your mentor. Then moving forward a couple of years, maybe a year or two working together, we had Roxana on the team, and
I mean, you fast forwarded real quick. You actually hired Roxana. Well, so maybe it was 2 years. I don't really remember when we ate Lazy Dog. Was that before the pandemic?
it was before the pandemic.
Okay, right. So yeah, so we had known each other and just kind of talked, and I helped you just with a few things, and then you hired Roxana.
Right.
And then after that, I was like, hey, what do you think about me coming and help you grow your business? And I'll give you 20% of my time. You give me 20% of the business, and I'll help you grow. Like, I can take you from here to, several $1 million in annual revenue. And what do you think? And then I don't know. What did you think?
I love running a multi-million-dollar company.
Right? I would love to do that. No, the first thing you said to me is like, I don't have to pay you?
Oh, yeah. I was like, what do you want? Like, yeah.
So no, you didn't have to pay me. And it was like, hey, if you sell your business, I get 20%. But other than that, let's just see if this relationship works. And then I taught you about how to deliver fractional CFO services. Roxana was on board. And then I started really kind of studying the technology space with Fintech and DeFi and how the advent of AI was coming, and started to think about, how do we automate financial services? And then I came to the office one day and I asked Roxana, hey, what is money in Spanish? And she was like,
cash?
no, centavos, right?
No, but I meant like you guys went through a process.
No, we did. No, we totally.
They like literally whiteboard this situation. We're like, okay, dinero, cambio, and then centavos. And then we're like, well, you guys were like, okay, centavos.
Yeah. And so then I was trying to figure out like, okay, I can't really use centavos because I think somebody else is already using it, or I didn't really want to be that exact thing. So I wanted to like embody, what are we trying to achieve? We're trying to find peace in this craziness of being an entrepreneur and opening a business and having payroll and trying to get financially stable. And so like that place we're really trying to achieve is peace, right? So Zen is what is, to be at peace. So we just added that to Zentavos, and here we are. We are Zentavos.
Zentavos, which I've gotten such like a positive feedback on the name, especially the Hispanic community, because they're like, oh, Zentavos. So they get excited. So I'm like, well, yeah, there's a lot of things behind this that can help you grow your business. So,
well, I love that. I think branding is huge. And if you can get branding right, then it's one leg up in your marketing, right? And so I love the fact that it resonates with the business community, and, really excited to be delivering it,
I am excited to teach others how to use it as well, because now we have it. But
how did it go today? Like in the presentation?
I loved it. I mean, honestly, we loved it. And then as I was sitting in the back, I heard people like, oh, this is awesome. Even whenever I was leaving. So we had a presentation this morning describing and going over Zentavos, as Sloan was there teaching and showing the community of the banking community. It was a networking event on Zentavos. So I had a guy next to me, which he does insurance, and he was leaving once I was leaving, and he was driving his truck. He's like, I'm downloading the app right now. I'm like, yay.
No, that's
because he loved it. So
I love that.
And also we will have some guest speakers here at a Cup of Jess that I told them, and they were interested in knowing more about Zentavos because they have their clients that could be using it as well. So
for sure. We want everybody to use it, right?
Yes, exactly.
So and let's just tell the audience, right? So our mission at Zentavos is to help small business owners and individuals achieve their financial goals, right? When I first started a business, and when Jacinia first started her business, like, who's out there helping you achieve your financial goals, right? Is it your banker? Is it your CPAs? Is it your financial advisor? Well, when you first start a business, you don't even have any of those people. And most of those people they're running their own business, and they're just as stressed out as you are. So they're not really focused on achieving your goals. They're focused on achieving their goals, right? So that's where we put our focus, is helping you achieve your financial goals. That's our passion. And that's what we've been doing for the last 15 years.
Absolutely. And for me as well is focusing on that mom and pop shops that, they're ready to they are ready to retire, and now their kids are taking over their businesses, and they're like, I don't want to go see the CPA that my father has been going to for the past 30 years. I want innovation, right? Technology. And and with us is not only technology, but it's the relationship, because not only we want to understand what your goals are, but we are going to help you achieve them as well.
Absolutely.
And we have an amazing team. We have all the professionals in our team, and they're just excited. As a startup, it's just something that, there's a lot of times that you just want to like give up.
I love how I was just going to say, don't make it all roses.
No, of course, because we are going to touch base on, there's been times where I'm just like, I come to you and I cry.
For sure. It's been hard, and so we know how hard it is out there for all of you. And that's exactly why we do this, right? And we've experienced it, and we're going to continue to go through it. Every business does. So look, just stay the course, make it happen. But for sure, the first 3 years has been, and we're not out of the woods yet. We still got a little ways to go. So, and it's a climb, right? You got to enjoy, I don't know that I figured this out just yet. I don't know about you.
No, I'm learning
learning
every day.
How to enjoy the journey is super, super important. It's really easy to say, right? Like, it's the journey, not the destination. But it's really hard when like you don't have enough money for payroll to sleep and figure out how are you going to get there. And when you lose your biggest client,
Yes.
oh my goodness, what I'm going to do. So, being a business owner is not for the faint of heart. It's really, really hard. And we have a passion for that because that's who we are too.
Exactly. And not only just we focus about like the business side, but also we focus on achieving your goals as of, for example, purchasing a home, because we've had situations where we've had clients, they find us on Instagram and they're like, I need your services. I have a construction company. And then we go from, okay, making sure their books are clean to accounting and their taxes, and now approving them, helping them get approved with our financials to purchase a house. And all these clients know that we're not only here to provide them service, but help them achieve whatever goals they have.
Absolutely. It's so important because your goals matter, right? Okay. If your goal is to buy a house, your goal can't be to pay no taxes, because you can't buy a house and make no money. And that's not how it works. And so it's really important to understand what your goals are ahead of time so that you can be working towards achieving those. And when you have a team supporting you through that, it makes it so much easier, and you get there so much faster.
Right. And one of the things that I admire about you is your time management, how you're balancing work and family, and the fact that you don't work on Saturdays because it's time for you. And it took me a long time to understand that. So yes, I agree.
Well, I mean, there's a little piece of that is, it's the Lord's day, and that's our belief. But we definitely take that time to spend it with family. And I want all of our team to do that as well, because we spend half of our lives at our jobs, right? And so if we're not giving our family the best part of us, then what are we doing at work? So yeah, I think it's super important that we take time and we focus some of that energy in our families. Now, my wife will tell you, there was a decade there where I was not around very much, right? And so, you just have to at some point figure out what's important to you and give that your time and your energy.
Absolutely. I completely understand now, because as I have kids as well, they demand time. And somebody was telling me one day, they're like, hey, do you know how many more summers you have with your kids? And it's like, and I think about it, Alexander is 13. So in 4 years, he's going to be like, bye. You know what I mean? So it's
4
just
summers. That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah. Then they go to college, and
this is the last summer with Caden. So my oldest is already off to college. This is her second year wrapping up. She'll do her third year. She didn't even come home for the summers. Like, I thought she was going to come over the summers. Like, she's still in her apartment in Georgia. And then our second daughter, she heads off to Dallas Baptist University in August.
Yeah.
So this is our last summer with her. And like, she doesn't want to hang out with us.
No, absolutely. And have an A+ in all aspects of your life?
So work-life balance, in my opinion, is not something that happens automatically. I think work-life balance is something that you have to build in. But the first 3 to 5 years of running a business, work-life balance is almost impossible. So it's super important that you have the support of your family to know that, hey, you're going to be working late nights, you're going to be working some weekends. I mean, I still have to work half of the Sundays of the year, because during tax season, like if I'm not there, like stuff's not getting done, right? So no, as an entrepreneur, you have to make work-life balance a priority. And in the first couple of years, it's just not possible. But after that, it's really important to put that into place. Otherwise, you'll get burnt out, and you'll just never get there.
Yes. And that's something that even if you're not 100% with yourself, you're not going to give 100%. Like we've come to the office. I've told you, hey, you look tired. You tell me I look tired. That's when we know that, hey, like take it slow. Because if we're not 100%, we can't pour from an empty cup, right? So it's just
absolutely. And again, that's another part of that Sabbath rest, right? Which is if you don't get rest, you're not going to be able to perform. And there's a lot of studies out there on trying to perform at 70% versus performing at 100%. You get and we're talking about like exponentially more done and more productivity out of 100% than you do out of 70%. So if you don't take care of you, how are you going to take care of your team? How are you going to take care of your family?
How can you help others? So
it's not selfish. It's important, right?
Absolutely. And I learned it the hard way. So thank you.
Sure. Absolutely.
So on another note, tell us about the Zentavos app, because we want people to download it.
Oh, for sure.
But right now we're in the beta phase.
Yeah. So we're in beta, right? It's a free download right now. Hopefully everybody can, go get it. Zentavos, right? Zentavos. And so this is our 1.0. Okay. It's going to start here and it's going to grow into something much more. But where we're beginning is a cash flow dashboard so that you understand, are you spending more money than you're making, or are you making more money than you're spending? A very key and important thing to managing cash flow. And so we've got a bunch of tools there. We show you your net worth. We show you what your daily net spend is. We show you what your available balance is. And then all of your transactions in one place. And the great thing about it is you get to have a personal profile and a business profile. And if you have multiple businesses, you can have multiple business profiles. Next, we've got 2 tools for you to help you be more organized and prepared for tax time. One of them is going to be a mileage tracker. None of our clients have a mileage log. Okay, we serve thousands of tax clients and none of them have a mileage log. Okay, so
that's right.
It's time to get that, because you get audited by the IRS and now you can't prove. How many miles did you drive? 20,000. Are you sure? You sure it wasn't 19,712? It's definitely not a round number. So that mileage tracker is going to help you know exactly what it is and be audit proof. And then we've got document storage, where you can take pictures of your documents and store them and send them to your tax preparer at the end of the year, or share it with us if we're your tax team. And that just helps you get more organized, right? None of our clients keep their receipts, okay?
And this is for everyone.
Everybody.
You don't have to be our client. If this app can help you, you have your own tax preparer, or you can use it.
Exactly. And you'll be able to share that information with your tax team. We're perfectly fine with you having your own team. That doesn't bother us at all. We're just trying to provide you a tool to help you achieve your financial goals, be prepared at tax time.
This is amazing.
It's going to grow from there, right? So we're going to add bookkeeping and tax. We're going to add lending products, insurance. We're going to add a whole bunch of stuff. So eventually it's a chief financial officer at the push of a button, and we're automating financial services from transactions to tax and wealth management. It's going to be really exciting. So
I'm excited. So you get excited, because this is amazing and we have to get in the wave.
Yeah. And one of the things that our prompt was telling us is like, hey, we didn't wait for Silicon Valley to fix it for us. We started building what we needed, right?
Yes.
So we're building the tool that we need, right? So that's why we know that it's going to be great for you, because we're small business owners, right? This is what I wanted 20 years ago, right?
Right.
And now it's here. And now it's time.
I'm just excited because you also taught me this, and it got me out of my comfort zone. as a Latina, I didn't know back then what was venture capital, how you're pitching, how there's resources and you build something and now you can go ahead and sell it or go public. And I was like, that's something that people that and not even in my dreams, I thought about it.
Well, you definitely need to do a show about that.
Yes.
We just recently, I want everyone to know, we just recently went to New York City, New York Tech Week. Jacinia crushed it. She had to do speed dating with the VCs. She pitched 5 VCs, 3 minutes each.
Correct.
So what was that, 15 minutes? So she pitched 5 times in 15 minutes. It was an incredible experience.
It was very interesting.
She's going to tell you all about it. We had a wonderful time.
Yes, I need to have a show just to speak about VCs. Maybe I'll have a VC to.
Well, you need to follow up with the one that you connected with for sure.
Yes, I do.
And get her on the show. That'd be
Maybe
awesome.
a local VC will be willing to come and chat with me and tell me what exactly they're looking for and what questions. And because it was interesting, each VC had their own way of like, oh, well, you didn't tell me this, or you didn't tell me your story since the beginning, or just tell me the numbers. So it's just, you never know. It is like a speed dating.
And that it's huge that you mentioned that, right? When you're talking to investors, they're not all the same. They don't all have the same questions. They don't all have the same thoughts about what you're doing. So it is absolutely a learning process to kind of figure out how to manage those conversations and how to develop those relationships, because not all money is good money. It's super important that you develop relationships with the right partners in order to be successful. And that includes the investors and VCs as well.
That's right. So that's a good point that you put there. Not all money is good money.
Not all money is good money.
Because in the beginning, I was like, what? They want to invest and we have to make the right decisions. And,
absolutely.
And that's something, like I said, I'm always going to be grateful because I didn't know about this and this is just amazing. And I want to be able to be successful and show other generations and, you know, the community that there's these opportunities, that if there's a dream, God already put an idea in your heart, just go for it, because there's no limits.
There's no limits. And here we are, Zentavos, a dream come true. So they happen. Dreams become reality, but you got to work hard and you got to go through some very difficult things.
Yes.
So just keep at it and make it happen.
Absolutely. So we just want to let you know that you can download Zentavos through the Apple Store and Google.
Apple, iOS, and Android, both stores.
Right now is free, so go ahead and take advantage. The download, and as we get going, we'll have more tiers of services.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Join the family and let's grow together.
Awesome. So what is an advice to finalize the show that you can give a young person that's thinking of doing a startup, a tech, Fintech? What resources should they
The best advice that you can ever give anyone is to never give up. Okay. Now, there's a caveat to that. Sometimes you have to pivot. Pivoting is not giving up. Pivoting is understand when there's something blocking your way and that you need to take another path to get to the same place. Okay. So this is probably my 12th business, right? So sometimes you have to pivot, but if you never give up and you believe in yourself, you will make it happen.
And like I say, show up every day, even though if it's late. All righty. Well, thank you so much, Sloan, for being here, for supporting me and my ideas. And also, you know, I am grateful for you and we're excited for Zentavos. Again, if you haven't downloaded Zentavos, you will see the link below and you can go ahead and download it. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Yesenia, your host at A Cup of Jess podcast.